Hi guys, so today I just wanted to talk about a pretty cool topic. This was actually emailed into me by one of the guys signed up for the Grappling Machine Challenge. And this was the question of, should grapplers cut and bulk? And so, first of all, if we just define what we're talking about when we say cut and bulk, cut is normally basically going to be a period of time where we're looking to lose fat mass from the body and we're looking to drop weight from the body. So a lot of the time, grapplers may be familiar with this in terms of making weight for a match, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. But basically, cutting essentially is losing weight, ideally in terms of losing fat from the body. Bulking then is the opposite. However, I normally like to refer to bulking as massing. Bulking carries like connotations of just bulking up any which way, whereas massing, basically we're looking to add quality lean mass to the body and essentially add weight to the body in that case. So, should grapplers do a cut and bulk? At the moment, most grapplers and a lot of combat athletes, especially MMA athletes, are going to be used to the idea of cutting weight very rapidly to potentially make weight for a fight or for a division, and they're going to be used to a rapid weight gain which comes after that fight and the binge eating which normally follows for the next few weeks. This type of eating is really common in combat athletes, where they essentially have to starve themselves, dehydrate themselves to make a division, and then the kind of bounce back effect of that is then eating all the food that they missed out on, all the food that they kind of enjoy normally, and they eat it to the nth degree as soon as they come out of that fight camp period and put on a load of weight. That is not really a true cut and bulk, guys, and I will refer to that as like a weight cut. And also, I don't particularly like the way in which most weight cuts are done. There's definitely better ways to do them. That's something that we'll talk about in future. But if we look at cut and bulk in terms of how it's kind of used in physique and bodybuilding circles, then a period of cutting is going to be a period of time that's dedicated to leaning out the physique. And this could be for a number of reasons. Normally it's coming towards a competition, but it could be to optimize for various reasons. And then our bulk period or our mass period is going to be used in order to improve our strength, our performance, and to gain muscle size. So one of the things that I've come across a lot with grapplers, especially grapplers that have competed for quite a while in certain divisions, is that they kind of get like a little bit scared about getting heavier, especially, not often lighter, but more often heavier, because they feel good in their division, they feel dominant in their division, and that's absolutely fine. But one of the things to look at a lot of the time is the body composition that you're in currently. So say, for example, you compete normally at 70 kilos and you're walking around at about 20% body fat and you do great, you know, you're doing all right in your divisions, etc. The question would be, would a cut or a bulk be useful for you? Now, in my opinion, yes, basically. I think if you're walking around with less than optimal body composition, then you are potentially leaving gains and performance enhancements on the table by carrying too much fat weight. So what I mean by this is, if we take our 70 kilo, 20% body fat guy, maybe they need to do a cut. Maybe they cut down to 65 kilos, but now they've lost a decent percentage of body fat from their body, and now they're operating as a more efficient athlete, okay? Their gas tank's probably improved from not carrying around as much weight. They're faster, and they're actually going to feel stronger because they're carrying the same amount of muscle as they were previously, but now they're in a lighter weight class. So this is great, and now they're competing at a 65 kg and they're doing a lot better. Now that athlete might say, yeah, but I really want to compete at 70 kg, that's sort of where I've got my sights set, etc. So now it may make sense for them to go through a period of bulking or massing, where they start to now add lean mass and lean tissue to the body, and they start to bring their weight gradually back up into that weight division above. Now, when they do a mass, there will be quality tissue gained in terms of muscle mass, but there may also be some fat gain. But again, that could be negated by then moving into a cutting phase and so on, until we now have an athlete that is 70 kilos and they're walking around at 10% body fat. On paper, that athlete is now going to be able to perform a lot better. They're going to be a lot stronger, fitter, faster than their 20% body fat counterpart. And that's going to give them that edge on the mat when all things are equal. So if skill is equal and that guy is just stronger, faster, and an all-round better athlete, it's going to be massively beneficial to them. So one of the things that I think grapplers need to get away from is being too anchored to a division unless they're already looking pretty optimal in that division in terms of their body composition. There's always going to be room to kind of bring the weight down and bring it back up. The other thing is to try and disassociate the idea of cutting and bulking. We're back in the room. Sorry about that, guys. Crazy reception. So should grapplers bulk and cut? What I was about to say was that most grapplers are more confident, more happy to cut weight because they see that if they cut weight, then I'll be stronger in a division below. So there's two ways of looking at that. They're right to an extent. They may be stronger in the division below, and that just depends on how efficient that their cut is, especially if it's a last minute cut. However, if they genuinely think, well, really, I'm walking around not in great shape, I'm not very strong in my division, I need to basically go down a division in order to be more optimal, then that's an answer to the question about whether they should cut or not. They shouldn't just be thinking about whether they could rapidly lose weight to make that division, because often the depletion in carbohydrates and their hydration, especially for same day competition, will mean that they probably perform suboptimally and they feel like shit anyway, and they should have stayed in the division above. So we're talking about really when they can do a day before weigh-in. Outside of that, then they probably should think about dropping some body fat and actually existing in the division below them anyway, where they would perform more optimally. However, more difficult than that is trying to encourage grapplers to mass, almost always met with some level of resistance, where they're like, yeah, but I don't want to go up a division because all those guys are bigger, stronger, etc. The whole point is that you're going to be bigger and stronger as well. And so it's nothing to be afraid of. It's about doing it in the right way, so that essentially as you move up through the divisions, you are adequately athletic, or hopefully optimally athletic for that division. Otherwise, you're going to be staying at the same body weight forever, which is fine if you're happy to do that. But people get put off because they feel like once they move up a division, they're going to be weak. Not at all. And I think also if you're planning your training correctly and you're implementing on and off seasons, that's a really good target for an off season to gain some quality mass. If you're new to training and you haven't lifted weights extensively in the past, you're going to be really surprised at how quickly, how rapidly you can gain muscle. And again, that's something I'll talk on the science of that in future. But you'll be surprised at how quickly you can gain lean tissue. Now you can move up a division, you can be bigger, you can be stronger, you can be more athletic, and there's no reason you can't perform as well, if not better, than you did before. But I come back to, again, maybe you've got fat to lose, so by the time you add a little bit of muscle mass to your body and you drop your body fat down, you're back in your normal division, but you're that much more powerful, you're that much more athletic. So from personal experience, guys, over the course of competing, I've competed for a long time now, between MMA and submission grappling, BJJ, I've probably competed for maybe 15 years, something like that. And I've competed from 67 kilos to about 85.5 kilos, and all of the weights in between that. Now, I've been up and down through those weights. It wasn't just linearly, gradually getting heavier and competing. I've been up and down in weight classes, depending on whether I was cutting or bulking, who I was facing, what the opportunities were, etc. But there's some other grapplers, they know that you can use as a great example of this. Gordon Ryan in the US, obviously he's competed, I think, as low as, you know, the high 60 kilos as well, all the way up to over 100 kilos. And you know, in the UK, guys, you can look at Dan Strauss, who I believe has competed from about 65 kilos to 95. To give you some idea, I faced Dan and we were in a 73 kilo division at the time. I obviously won that match. No, unfortunately I didn't. I think I got choked by Dan quite quickly. But he obviously has put on loads and loads of quality mass, and you can use him as a great example of somebody that now competes, you know, regularly in a heavy division, has absolutely no problem handling those people, because over time he's taken a smart approach to his training and nutrition and gradually added quality mass. So guys, just a quick summary for you. Should a grappler cut in bulk? I think absolutely it's a great thing to have on the table. It's not essential, but I definitely don't think that you should be frightened of losing or gaining weight. We have to think that basically it's a long-term thing, it's not a short-term thing. If at the moment you're carrying a little bit too much fat, you get tired quickly, you feel like in your division maybe you're not particularly strong, it might be a smart idea to do a considered cut. Once again, not a weight cut, not a last minute ditch attempt to make a weight division, but a considered cut over a period of time where you optimize your body, your fat levels are down, and you can perform better. On the flip side, if you're not particularly carrying much muscle mass and you're already quite lean, but you feel like maybe you could be stronger, you're not as physical as you want to be, then absolutely a good idea to do a massing phase, get some quality tissue onto the body, get stronger and perform more optimally. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Sorry about the interruption in the middle. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If you're interested in learning loads and loads more than this, then just jump onto my Grapple Machine Challenge. It's 14 days of free content, and I'll be adding plenty of bonuses and extras to the group, guys, like live videos and Q&As, etc. But it'd be great to see you in the group, guys. If you want to do that, just add your name into the form below and I will drop you an email. We're going to hopefully be starting, guys, in less than a week, so hit me up. Have a great day.